Indeed. New. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness indeed. This is something. I tell you. This is something. This is interesting to me that this would be happening. Well, I digress all the same. Good to see you guys. If you're coming in, this is the weirdest thing that is going on yet again. Yeah, this is ridiculous. So let's just get this. Oh my goodness. Well, that would be an issue. That would be definitely one of the issues. Oh my goodness. Hey, James. Hey, Lena. Good to see y'all. Hope you are all well. Let me just try and get this fixed. This is unbelievable to me. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Yeah, that's utterly ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, this is interesting because it's actually not on my end. That's what I'm seeing, which is just crazy right now. Super crazy. Still trying to figure out what's going down with this stuff. Even like the chat box isn't up. This is nuts right now. Let's see if I fix this. Does this there you go. Okay, that's gonna bring the chat box back. Let me see what I can get done for you guys here. Bear with me, team. This is the beauty of the channel. We just hang out all the time and do stuff together. Hey, there we go. Now the banner's back. Let's transition that guy so that we can be good. All right. Shall we start again, friends? Good to see you all. I hope you're all well. Hey, John Morgan. Hey, Steph. Hey, Lena. Hey, Steph A flat B. James, what is going on? Jeff Coleman, good to see you. Am I missing anyone else in the chat? Am I missing you? I don't think I am. If I have, I'm sorry. B's in there. Steph's in there. Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining. Misty's here, too. This is awesome. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you. The video is really hanky. That, like, really? Well, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Nothing should be. Cassie, how you doing? Elizabeth, how you doing? Celeste, how you doing? Let me get this open in here. That's disappointing. There we go. I am previewing on my side, and it's looking good. It's looking good on my side. Yeah, so it might have just been... I'm actually trying to stream in HD for once. I typically don't stream in 1080p. And now with the new computer, I can. So I hope you guys are kicking ass and taking names. That's what I hope for you. Thanks so much for jumping in. Let's get the things underway. I got my drink here. It's a Diet Dr. Pepper. Cracking it with the Templar crew. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Hey, Frank Curry's in the house. What's up, buddy? Shout out to everyone. I'm having a crazy day. Crazy day for a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good one, too. How's my audio as we test the first time? I think this is the new microphone on a live stream. I'm not. Hey, Michelle's got the same drink. That's what's up, Michelle. That's what's up. So we're doing a Monday night live stream like we always do on Mondays, 7 p.m. Pacific. Last week was a monumental week for all of you guys joining me because it was the 1-year anniversary of doing Monday night live streams. 52 Mondays in a row. Absolutely ridiculous. Rain or shine, we are here doing Monday Night Lives. It has been an amazing journey. Code Red Mountain Dew. Damn, James getting all fancy. Guys, I cannot express to you enough how badass, like just badass this dream has been, or this journey has been, that I didn't think we would get like this far, you know? This has been really cool. Shout out to people like John Morgan and James and Lena and Michelle who are talking to me really regular. Chris too. You guys talk to me a lot, and it's super cool. I don't really know what Dr. Pepper is. We don't really get it in New Zealand. Celeste, I should send you some Dr. Pepper. I'm in a time loop, and is this real? Are any of us truly real, Daryl? we're doing the best we can. So you guys have totally seen me start this completely random to upgrading the studio into the new design that Janelle did, to moving to the commercial space, to moving back here. And now we got our lighting game on point. And tonight I'm starting a new tradition. I just hope I never forget as I say this, but we're lighting a candle for a friend of mine that's not doing so hot, but you know who you are, because you're also the one that sent me that candle. So I'm lighting that candle right now, and just to let you know I'm thinking about you. So if you're out there, get well soon, and stuff like that. I'm seeing Home Free on Saturday. I'm really excited. That's unreal, Elena. Unreal. Yeah, Chris. Pinging me constantly. Nah, man, I'm good. Let's hang out. I was telling Daryl, because he was like, hey, I hope it's not a bother or whatever. I was like, yeah, dude, I got this wonderful thing on my phone called airplane mode. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. Guys, this is... I got my Timmy's mocha. Timmy's makes mochas? Chocoholic Almond. Good to see you. Shout out to Chris, who signed up for guitar lessons. We're hanging for the first time tomorrow. Shout out to Chris. It's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be fun. And to all you guys that joined me on the Saturday one when I deliberately... oh, yeah, he's stuck in the failed one. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. It just, like, the video wouldn't play. It was the weirdest thing in the world to me. Weirdest thing. Shout out to all you guys on the Saturday stream who watched me achieve something amazing, which was I got the camera dialed in to get some of the overplays that I wanted to done and set up. I know the audio didn't translate to you very well during the live streams because I'm pretty sure I need a mixer. I'm pretty sure. But either way, you got to hear the guitar stuff and see me set up the new camera and dial in the lens and then film something and throw it in post and edit it real quick. All in all, dude, it worked out pretty damn good. I was pretty jacked on it. Pretty damn jacked on it. And we got the Mr. Ward interview is next week. Is that already? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Already time for the Mr. Ward interview. Which I should message him. Perfect. Yeah, guys, I'm really excited about it too. This has become like a huge thing, and Yeah, I hope you guys are getting your questions in there for Mr. Ward. I really hope you are. Please get those questions into Mr. Ward. They're over on our Discord, or you can send it here to this email address, reactions@thetemple.ca. Just put in the subject line that it's a question for Mr. Ward. And we'll make sure those questions get to him. This is going to be just a super exciting evening. A super exciting evening. And we're going to have a blast on it. How's your guys' Monday going? Wow. Hey, Kelly. Welcome to the chat. Hubby's out of town. Is that why you're good, though? Is that the reason? Oh, my. Oh, my. Well, let's start this Templar live chat and see what we can get done. Opening it up for the peoples. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said the peoples. The stuff and the things and the reason that we are all good. Meow, bark wolf. Do 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 do. All right, guys, as always, if you want to jump in the live chat with me, the link is right below here, TemplarMusicAcademy.com/live. Follow those links, and it should totally get you going. Good is always a perspective. I agree. I agree 100% on that one. Why is it switching? Oh my God. Oh snap! Michelle calling you out on the live stream, Chris. You're gonna have to start giving some lessons on the live stream or playing on the live stream. That's fair, Steph. Got Chris jumping in here. Chris, we're just going to get you set up there, brother. 1 second. Good day, buddy. We're just going to get you set up. Because my name's Chris. Bam. There we go. Look at this handsome son of a bitch. Look at this. There we are. Let's switch on over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. I'm just resizing the screen as always because that's all I do is interactive screen resizing. The only thing I dislike about being in the middle of nowhere, John Morgan. Oh, sorry, James. Didn't get notification. I'll be on soon, DJ. Getting got. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Why are you more popular than me? This is a little weird. Look at this. Lena's even affecting your headphone color choice. You have the same color headphones as Lena. It's Red. This old thing. We got Misty coming in too. This should be fun. Let's Hey Misty, we're just getting the sizing messed up here. What's going down? What's up with this today? What's up with this? There we go. Here we go. We'll just resize every time somebody else comes in. There we go. Misty's in the chat with Chris. Misty's in the chat with Chris. Chris is in the chat with Misty. That's your theme song. You are muted. You are muted. Hang on 1 second, my friends. 1 second, my friends. You are muted. Which you shouldn't be. I wonder if this is another one of those wonderful glitches from earlier. It was bad tonight, dude. I couldn't believe how bad it was. Let's see here. Yeah, it's so nuts. Hang on, I know how to fix this. Judah taught me lots of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I swear, one day will be all amazing. Wow, is it still? Is it still muted? It shouldn't be. Well, that's not good news, guys. What am I doing wrong? 1 sec. I wonder if it's a setting over here. What's up, Elvis? That's Elvis, everybody. No, the multi-output device is good. This is good. Multi-output device is good. Input device. They still can't. I can see the nothing but you, DJ. But arguably, that's the more awesomeness, guys. Oh my goodness. It's not like, and I knew it was going too good. We're having too good of a day. Like I was all like, "Woo, life is awesome," and then kabam, just like this. Because even if I go, well, here, still doesn't fix it. This is crazy right now. Yeah, still nothing, right? My God. Well, that's what happens. Yes. Yes. Way to go, guys. Yeah. Yeah, the issue is I can see here on my sound bar. Yeah, which is ridiculous. It's the setting. I should just pull the setting up and show you guys. Well, isn't this fun? We got Deal coming in the room, but we can't hear anyone. And I am not going to restart the live stream for a third time. Yeah, but like this is where like my frustration, which I'm holding back really good right now, the frustration I have is it was completely fine, and then when I went to go live, it just decided it wouldn't show my video, and now it's not picking up the audio from you guys. Okay, I'm going to choose to do that. Chris, the chat is saying that they love me, but your beard is just epic. So I have lost to your beard, my friend. Okay, well let's problem solve. Let's problem solve live here on the air. We're gonna problem solve. What happens if I play audio? If I just click this button.
But no, by all means.
See, so they're getting that. So it's Zoom. Zoom is the issue. That 100% has to happen. Well, chat, let me. Whoa, hang on. Oh no, there. Hey, Daryl, how you doing, brother? Okay, so then the issue is Zoom, which probably means it's just in my Zoom settings. So let me just fix this in my Zoom settings. Perhaps the output.
Mode.
There it is. Got it. Now you guys are live.
Boom.
Bam.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello?
What is
Hello.
up, peeps? All
They're
right.
going to catch up with us in a second.
Bam.
There they go.
Bam. Yeah, got it. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what this is? It's the Templar problem solving technique. That's what that is.
And you have to go along and embrace the mistakes.
Yeah, well that's my mom says I'm a giant mistake, and she just embraced
Oh, that's
me.
okay. That works too. That means you won't do it.
I like it.
What's funny is on my Zoom, y'all are behind like about 3 seconds on the live chat.
Oh,
Yeah, we are too. Yeah.
there
Same
we-
from my
See, I've already put the glasses down in my here in real life.
Yeah, on mine the can has just gone up to Misty's mouth.
All right, we're letting Steph in. Steph's in. This is crazy. This is crazy.
This is
Hey.
messing with my head.
There
I'm
we
gonna have
go.
to.
Woohoo!
There we go.
The Benny
I can't
Jets
look at
Red Bull.
one and then look at the other. This is messing with me.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Welcome to my life.
I apologize now. I've just finished watching Dune, so there'll be lots of Dune drops.
Oh yeah. Is the new movie
Yeah.
out already?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one. They're doing it in 2 parts.
Oh,
Oh,
But I
And
thought Dune wasn't coming out until like November.
and
That's what
they
I thought.
rocked it. They rocked it. They rocked it. It's brilliant.
this is the Dune with Jason Momoa, yeah?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't
He's
no idea it was
he's
out
Duncan
already.
Idaho. He plays Duncan Idaho.
Dang.
Thanks for reminding me. I have to catch up on my Star Trek TV series. Oh,
Discovery.
no. Lower Decks and Prodigy.
Oh, okay.
Discovery comes out next month.
Yes. Lower Decks was brilliant this week.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, this is the best way I could look camera worthy.
Stephanie, the human burrito.
Otherwise, I just look an entire disaster, and everyone's gonna be like, "You should go to bed," or like, I don't even know.
Hey, Carter.
It's been
good
a
to see you,
rough
brother.
Monday.
Oops, Lena's having issues.
Lena's not having issues. She just does not feel we are worthy of her presence.
Lane,
No,
I think she
guys,
said
in
she's
here.
on a call.
Guys, I'm
Oh, she's
still
on a
here.
Lena's like, you guys will see me when I feel you have deserved it.
Stop it, DJ.
I guess Lena's just too much of a goddess. Be off on your own heaven, I guess.
Well, I mean, at this point, Lena's the real celebrity. Let's be clear. At
We
this
are
point.
getting a
Guys,
message from heaven,
I'm
though.
here. I'm just
Beautiful
coming,
face.
I'm just coming home from my
Oh, look,
circus
riding
class.
in the sky.
Yeah? Did you get a ride or did you have to run home?
No,
Excuse
my
me, Bella.
dad-
You're not the star
My
of
dad
Zoom.
brought me to my class and then brought me home.
Thanks,
That's good.
Kelly.
That's good. Dads are good
Um,
that way.
I always
yes,
look on the
I am
assumption
here now,
that,
guys.
John Morgan says in
everyone
the
else
chat
has
that
accents, not
Lena
me.
has always been too cool for us. She's just being nice.
Oh, come on, John Morgan.
B's got to take
Really?
off. B, thanks for hanging.
DJ, where is the mustard? I thought we were promised mustard.
You're promised a
Yes.
lot of things. Um,
I can't believe John Morgan thinks like that.
Did YouTube just crash again?
I don't think so. Did it?
I don't think so. I can still hear it out in the living room.
You know what? I think John Morgan should probably get in on this chat over here.
Why you got to do this to us, Lena? We're having a really nice conversation. Why ruin it with a John Morgan introduction?
Oh
Doing
boy, here we go.
anything. Come on.
At least we have Chris, the dignified top left square.
Ooh, you know what you should do one time? You should
I've
play Hollywood
never
Squares,
been
but
referred to as
Templar
dignified
version,
before.
DJ.
That's actually,
What is that?
That's actually an amazing idea, Misty. How many squares are there? Is there 9 or is there 16?
There's 9 if memory serves.
It's 3 by 3.
What game is that?
It was a game on in like the early 2000s, and it always had famous people. Whoopi Goldberg was always a main
Oh,
fixture, and
yes.
along with a few others.
Yeah, celebrity
then they
Put
squares.
into the burrito or
Mm.
get out.
Yeah, the chat says
Yeah.
Make up
the chat
your
says
decision.
it's 9. Elizabeth, Michelle, and Joe are all saying it was 9 squares. I guess that makes sense, right? Because you need to get tic-tac-toe
Yeah.
as the idea to win.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
Templar
Yeah.
squares.
We should do a Templar Squares though.
Yeah,
Are you
that's...
getting into the burrito?
How, like, what would the questions be? Can I be the host?
Yeah, you would totally be the host, and then you would bring like a celebrity friend in as the middle square.
I was going to say
That would be
the
DJ.
Music
1970s.
questions.
Yes.
Oh, that would be
The
amazing.
version I remember is from the 70s.
Well, then, like...
We could
can
do
I-
everything from like the 1900s till now, like music wise.
Oh, do you
Like
guys...
it would be so much fun.
Oh, that would be cool. But it just... There's a small hang-up is that you guys assume I have friends. So there's that
Excuse me, then what are all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
DJ,
fair.
you just
That's
broke
fair.
my heart.
Well, no, she
I
said
know.
celebrity
The
friends.
Broke
70s
my heart and like
was-
stepped on it.
Soupy Sales and all them.
Yeah, I think he crushed it under like 10 buses.
Oh, jeez.
No.
This is one of those moments where, like,
Please.
you wish you had... Lena, you got to save me on this, Lena. Lena.
I don't even think Lena can save you on this one. I
Nope.
think you threw all of the Templars under the bus and was like, I'm gonna crush your soul.
Bella,
Wow.
why are you mad at
Wow.
me?
70s. Definitely 70s.
70s? What? I'm missing this USA residence.
The Celebrity Squares. There was definitely a 70s show that ran until the 80s.
Oh.
Oh, may have
Oh.
even run into the early 90s because it had, as someone said, it had, what's her name in it too?
Well, then we're going to have to come up with a prize if we're going to do this, though. What could the prize be?
A trip to visit you.
A trip to... No one wants to come to Abbotsford, dude.
Anywhere is better than the U.S.
So the premise of the
Oh.
game is you gave DJ, you gave a question,
Yeah.
and the person who it was designated to had to give an answer that was either correct or wrong,
Incorrect. Yeah.
and you had to guess which one.
Oh.
So, for example, you could be like, 1980, whatever, so and so did this song. Here's a small clip.
Yes, Celeste.
Who
I
sang
did
the
too,
song
New
and
Zealand
what's
version.
the title of the song?
I could do
Yes.
We'd have to
Yes.
be careful. We'd have to be careful with the clips or the live stream would get killed, right?
Oh, that's
Not-
true.
what about instrumental? If there's no singing and no lyrics and it's just the instrumentals, would you be
That's
okay
true.
with that?
Yeah, like, see, the thing about that is I've given up trying to figure out where the block thing happens because
Yeah.
who was here? Who was in the live stream when I taught you guys how to write a pop song using the 1-5-6-4 chord progression, and then that one got copyright blocked?
I was here.
It got
yeah,
copyrighted.
that was
They copyrighted your own thing, and we were just making it up.
Yeah, were you guys in that stream? And I showed you.
I was in there.
That's nuts.
DJ. I was in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
on Saturday,
crazy.
I was just testing playing along to a backing track, and that one got blocked too.
Good.
Because
Yeah,
didn't you say some of your PTX were blocked too because of copyright infringement?
Yes, and Home Free Fridays obliterated the channel.
Oh yeah,
Like, we
James.
lost the
because
small ad
what's
revenue
happening
that we
is
get. I think we
reactors-
lost 93% of it. I think.
reactors are starting to put screens over their reactions.
Yeah, and that's
So
Yeah.
now YouTube is starting to go for the sound as well. Yeah,
it's fun.
the audio. Yeah.
Do you guys
But
know?
what
if
you
you don't
could
get
do-
Pigtail off of my phone, I swear to God.
But you could do instead of having like the music in
See
the
it, Carter.
background, you could give us you could read off a snippet and we would have to guess the artist and the song and maybe the year it came out.
I'll go you one better. This
You
hit
could
song,
play it yourself.
this hit song went like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dum, 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 dum. Yeah. And if that
It
gets
kind of
blocked-
gives me an idea because there's one
Yeah.
game, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but Drop Mix.
Okay.
There's basically different cards that have like computer chips in them, and the game board has the slot for the cards and registers the chips. And we'll play the different beats, and it comes with different songs, different rhythms from different just different things. And you put it together to do a different rhythm. But it kind of gives me an idea, like you could do something similar to that, like just use the vocals or just use the drum line or just use the guitar line and see if they can guess what song it's from.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, good
But-
idea.
but those-
Yeah.
those all have a problem. YouTube picks up on it, it'll block the channel.
Oh,
Good
that's
point.
true.
Yeah, just so we're clear,
That-
I don't think enough reactors actually, and honestly, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you because the creator guidelines are very cryptic. So
Yeah.
I'll just straight up tell you guys, the real issue is there is an authority, let's call them like a greater powers that be, like that kind of just exist, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's YouTube, air
Yep.
quotes. Now the issue is they can never be contacted by someone like me. They will
Right.
never answer my email. There's no phone number. There's nothing. And at
That's
any
right.
at any time they can issue a strike. And if I get one strike, I'm not allowed to post for 90 days. If I get
No.
we can't have you do that.
if I
no.
get a
No.
second strike, no, sorry, I think it's live streams they take away. And then if I get a second strike, I can't post for 90 days. Third strike, you don't even see the third strike. They just delete the channel. It's gone forever.
Yeah.
No.
And I think
We
that's
can't
I
have
would-
that.
that's what
I would-
has us like
I would
fear.
absolutely hate that if that happened.
You just look up my
Because-
name. You know I'm going to start a
Here's-
second
So-
one, Lena.
so-
You know
so
I'm gonna
here-
start
Here's a
another-
So-
question.
Yeah.
What about Twitch? Why not go over to Twitch?
Yeah,
Because Twitch doesn't have all of these rules. And I mean, they have some because I am a moderator on a few Twitch streams, but they don't seem as so like you have to follow these rules. Like they let you get away with a lot of stuff.
Okay. I can tell you one thing. Anything you put up on Twitch as a recording, they will mute anything that's copyrighted.
Oh,
Oh, that's
However,
right.
there is someone I know who literally does up to 10 reactions in a row live and does each one as a self-contained reaction in the middle of the chat and then edits them into YouTube.
yeah. That's yeah.
That's
British
what he
guy,
does. If he does it on YouTube, people get kicked out of the channel constantly.
Mhm.
So he does it
Oh.
on Twitch. He does it in Twitch.
Oh,
There's
and
no
then
problems. No problems while it's live.
and then
then-
bring,
and then he edits
brings
it
And then he
on,
brings it over to YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, huh. And the
Interesting.
reason why I say Twitch is because, okay, Twitch is mainly for gamers, but I have seen, it's like one of the gamers that I follow, and I'm a moderator in his, he'll actually play songs in the background while he's talking.
Yep.
And Twitch has never like been like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, no. If he put it up as a recording, it would be.
You all,
It
he's
wouldn't-
also,
it wouldn't
he always
stop the
goes
video.
live.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
stop the video, but if he put the video up, there'd be no sound.
right, yeah. If he put it up on
You'd
Twitch.
see it, but you wouldn't be able to hear it.
I mean, the
on
irony,
Twitch.
the irony
Yeah.
of doing a music reaction with no sound is not lost on me.
No. Saving it. The saved recording does that. While you're live, they don't mute you.
Interesting.
Right. Yeah,
While you're
when
live,
And then you could
everything-
transfer it over to
everything-
YouTube, and
yeah,
you kind of get
everything-
around that loophole from
Every-
YouTube.
Everything's
But the issue,
good
though-
while you're live. It's all
John
good.
Morgan mentioned something about strikes. I've never heard of it.
Oh,
Rick-
yes, strikes are bad.
Rick Beato did a massive in-depth video on that. Rick Beato's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
Yeah, that's where I saw it. Yeah, they're really hard on those strikes. If you get a strike, bang.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I
it's-
know YouTube just got hacked because my buddy, who I'm a moderator on his YouTube and his Twitch, his YouTube got hacked and his YouTube was taken down, and it took him a hot minute just to get his YouTube channel back.
Yeah.
wow.
He just
Yeah.
had to show proof. He had
A
to
lot
show
of
proof.
people had their YouTube channels hacked along with Twitch. So we all had to go in and redo our two-step authentication and everything else to make sure we were
There were
up to par.
three other platforms also got hit. It was
Yeah,
just a
and-
worldwide hack.
There was one YouTube channel that I watch a lot of their videos. They completely got all of their comments turned off on every single one of their videos because I guess like they had some people on that I guess YouTube considers them minors, and like
Yep.
but like they were really upset that like they knew that their community was like so nice and leaving like such positive comments. Like they had no idea why YouTube
Slightly shorter than a
completely
cold
turned their
minute, James. Slightly shorter
Yeah.
than a cold minute.
What if you put, I don't own the rights to this music? Would that save you, DJ?
No.
If
No. No.
Even if
you
it's on
said,
the
"I
screen
don't-"
the entire time?
The only
Yeah.
way to avoid a strike is not to step over the line. Period.
Yeah, so we tried a few things back. Like one of the reasons we had the commercial space with Judah and stuff like that was the thing about having Judah involved was that I could do, like, I was literally filming 5 a day and going, okay, we're gonna test every single, what's the word I'm looking for, urban legend about this copyright thing. Let's test
Yep.
every single one. And we would find a video that was copyrighted and got blocked immediately. And we're like, okay, so, because there's 2 stages, right? There's the demonetization and then the straight up, no one's seeing this ever. The biggest one that happened recently was for Janelle's birthday. And that's why I just made the one that said, hey, go here and look at it on the Patreon page or whatever. But, so that's the worst side of it. And then the other side was that it would get demonetized, which doesn't really matter, except, if you have an overhead, you're looking for the ad revenue to help.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
So we tried everything. And the most recent obvious things were we did one when I put something over the video. It did nothing. It didn't care. We did ones when I cursed and then I didn't curse. And we found out that they have like blocks that are there for what's the word? Intend to curse, like intent. Like if I went son of a and I stop the audio, YouTube picks up my intent to say that last word.
Right.
and then would like categorize
Boom.
that how bad
Yeah.
is the curse word.
Watch it do that when
Yeah,
you repost this video.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the lives have been like
Yeah.
attacked afterwards. Like I get the email later, like, "Hey, your live was inappropriate," yada yada. I'm using the
Yeah.
term
Okay.
inappropriate. That's not the word they use, but we tried
Okay.
with one of the
The
Voctives, one of the Voctive videos. We even pitch corrected it.
The other side of this too, I believe, one of the best ways to avoid having to explain your actions is to make your rules as vague as possible.
Yeah.
So I'll block you, I won't block you, you'll get blocked, you won't, and sometimes you will, maybe, depending on my mood, and boom, 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 boom.
Okay,
Right.
here's a silly question. Is MySpace still around? Because I know MySpace is supposed to be for musicians and things like that. Could we go to MySpace and do it on MySpace?
I'm going to say something
don't-
They
really
would get shut
controversial.
down.
I'm going to say something really, really controversial because I don't think we've ever talked about it on this channel. There is no such thing as anything that is for musicians. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No. TikTok was supposed to be for musicians and see where it went.
This is true. Oh
that
my
does
god.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like
Even
If I see
musical
one more
theater,
TikTok challenge, I'm going to probably throw something.
And what
even
it comes
musical
down
theater
to,
is being
Yeah.
less for musicians now. They're using
Exactly.
a lot of tracks now rather than actual live musicians.
Yeah, probably
This
the
is
worst.
true.
The worst has been Spotify. For example, I think the most popular Without Mercy song on Spotify right now has like 53,000 plays or streams or whatever it's called, and that's nothing. Like Drake gets like 100 million a day or something ridiculous.
yeah, yeah,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, DJ, you say streams, yeah.
Okay, streams. Of the 53,000
Even the
streams
Philharmonic.
that we've had on that one song, it's $1.86, I think is what we made so far, and then we have to divide that by 4.
Oh,
So
wow.
you get what, like
Oh my
10
goodness.
cents?
I think we get
Ooh.
1/100th of a cent per 10 plays or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's nothing that in MySpace. The thing about MySpace was there was 0 ways to monetize anything for the musician.
Right.
So
yeah.
there was nothing to do there. Then there was SoundCloud, but then SoundCloud also there was no way to monetize. Spotify came around, Apple Music came around, but the deals with all of them was they were just buying it in packages from the label directly. They were buying catalogs. No difference to like the horror story of what Michael Jackson did, which was he was talking to Paul McCartney one day, and Paul McCartney was like, "Oh yeah, if you want to do like the real thing is to buy people's catalogs, like own their masters." So Michael Jackson was like, "Okay," and he
Went and bought the Beatles. Yeah.
Like,
You know what? Actually, I just thought of this, DJ, and it actually might work. We could technically
Ben
do it
Kemp.
on Discord on a live feed.
It floats
Play
there,
the game.
yeah, there's lots of options we're considering right now. The biggest thing was to get there is no future for the Music Academy YouTube channel. Not to be all dystopic here, but there's no future for the Music Academy channel doing just reactions. That's not going to be a thing. It'll be dead in 6 months. Let's be real, because you guys are all amazing people. I could give you each 100 reasons why you're amazing people. Lena especially, who's basically been here since day one as far as I consider it. I know you could argue, no, I came in around Christmas or whatever. I would tell you, shut up. You've been here since day one.
Aww.
All of you guys are amazing, but let's be real. 3 years from now, you're not going to want to hear me talk about a Pentatonic song the way that we're talking about it now. That's just the nature of the internet, and I get that. I like this. I like what we're doing right now, and I thought it was absolutely stupid to put it behind a paywall. So I was like, let's just hang out and let's just chat. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Live, live conversations like this.
Yeah, to answer John Morgan in the chat, the thing about Bandcamp, John, is it always loses the conversation when Spotify's brought up. It is always the uncool kid in the class when Spotify's brought up, and there's just the volume is not there to get the traffic. Bandcamp also hides behind a tiered paywall system, which means if I sell 50 downloads as opposed to if I sell 51, the second I sell 51, they retroactively charge me for the other 50 at a significantly higher higher
Right.
thing.
Hidden costs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Guys, we have a 9-minute clock starting down before I upgrade the thing, and I'll just restart the Zoom call just so you guys
You
know
sure?
if we suddenly like get disconnected.
Okay.
All
right.
The biggest thing,
Of course. Oh, the 1 hour free. Yes, of course.
yeah, the biggest
I keep
thing
forgetting about that.
being a musician, the biggest thing has been that you 1,000,000% have got to become an entrepreneur, and you 150,000,000,000% need to learn to diversify your income streams, or good luck. Good luck. The days of like you having one hit song and being set for life, I don't think that ever actually happened. I think it was all a lie someone told you.
Well, you have to
Probably the company that
remember
was making
Cheerleader.
money.
Cheerleader was a one-hit song, and it made what, a couple $1 million?
For the company, not for the
Yeah.
singers.
Does everybody here know how a record label, typical record deal works? Do you guys want me to break that
No.
down?
Lump sum?
I
Is it a
actually
lump
don't
sum and you have to
know.
pay it back with performances?
Oh, it's so much worse than you guys think. So tell you what, let me kill this Zoom
Whoa.
call and then I'll restart it and join back in because it's gonna take me longer than 7 minutes to explain, if you don't mind.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do
Yep.
this and
That's
then
fine.
booyah, booyah. So yeah, we're just getting real tonight, chat. I hope you guys are digging the concepts that we're talking about. Getting real deep here in the inside. Cassie, what's up? Chris, Steph, you gotta go. Don't worry about it. Sounds good, Joe. I've restarted the Zoom call. If you guys would like to rejoin, I'm not sure if it lets you. Three people have entered the waiting room. I didn't get a single prompt. There we go. There's Chris. There we go. Guess we're just missing Misty. We're just missing Misty. Missing Misty. Wow, that was a hard thing to say.
Like Buck's blood.
They just smoothly slid us in. What happened to your lobby? You
What?
didn't set up a lobby this time.
My lobby? I guess I didn't. I don't know. Anyway, I'll go off here. So the issue with record deals is there is last I counted over 100 different variations on one. So I'll just talk about the most ludicrously common one. Typically what they do is they go, "Hey Lena, how are you?" And you're like, "Oh my God, the record label." And they're like, "Yeah, we're pretty great. You know we're great, right? Have you heard about us?" "Yeah." "Oh wow." You're like that record label. "Yeah, we think you're pretty good at clarinet and we think you got a real future. Let's go for lunch and talk about it." So you're like, "Yeah, that sounds great." So you guys go for lunch and they say, "Oh, order the lobster or whatever you like." "Lena, like go crazy. Let's talk about your future." And then they start talking about what they want to do for you. And inevitably, they present you with a deal. Usually, it's in terms of how many albums. It's not time. It's not like a 3-year deal. It's not like a 5-year deal. It's how many albums they want you to do. And then they'll say, we're going to do what's called a 360 deal. And we're going to lend you $250,000 in advance to make this album, Lena. And you're like, whoa, I can hire the best people. I'm gonna, like, my clarinet's going to sound doper than ever. And if you're an utter, and this is where I would curse to lay my point down, I would lay like 7 F-bombs to say, if you are an utter moron, an utter idiotic, stupid moron, you would use that money and go buy another clarinet. And that's what happens all the time. You see it, like on MTV Cribs, they have a Nickelback episode, and and the Nickelback guy is like Chad Kroeger, right? He's like, oh yeah, and I used the money and we bought a bunch of guitars or whatever, and I was like, you stupid asshole, because the money is meant to record your album, and albums are like weddings. Okay, now the thing about weddings that I learned marrying Janelle was for me to get some flowers cost me $100. Unless I said it was for my wedding, now it's $700 for the same flowers. And when you go to record your album, if you say you're on a label, suddenly shit's a lot more money.
Yep.
Now you're in debt. $200,000 to do a 10-song album. That's not uncommon. Without Mercy's 9-song album that we put out called Seismic, it cost us $50,000 Canadian to put it, for me to physically put it in your hands was $50,000 by the time it's all done.
Oh wow!
Now
oh my goodness!
What you find out is that the label, then your album goes out there, and the album doesn't sell very well. And the record label says, that's okay, we're going to do recuperation cost for you. And you're like, oh, that's sick. So as long as I sell a bunch of albums, I'll make back my $250,000. Now, your math is going to be better than mine. So let's say your album's selling for $20, and you owe them $250,000. You do the math on how many records that is that you would need to sell to get back the $250,000, and you would be completely wrong, because the album is set at a cost of less than 1% of the album fee. So you're getting paid like $1.50 for every album you sell for $20, and of that $1.50, the remuneration cost has to go back to the label that lent you the $250,000. Surprise! If you're another utter moron, you didn't realize that the $250,000 was a loan, and you certainly didn't agree or weren't aware of the fact that they are charging you an interest rate that they are adjusting every month depending on how good or how shitty their other artists are doing. So a typical $250,000 advance from a record label is going to cost you $500,000 or more to pay them back. And the crappiest thing I've ever heard happen, used to be Sony was really bad, is they would shelf you. And that means is they would own the rights to everything Lena does as a clarinet player.
Yep.
And then they would go, you know what? We just really signed you to this stupid deal, Lena, because we knew you were stupid. And we have this other artist named Leno, and we think that Leno sounds a lot like Lena, so we're going to buy you and put you on a shelf so you can't do anything with your clarinet and potentially hurt the sales of Leno. And they do that all the time.
Yeah, you're not allowed to, period.
It was so ridiculous. And now to put it in perspective, you guys, the craziest thing I have ever, and I'm gonna pause for dramatic effect because I know Lena's response is gonna be like, "What?" When Without Mercy was shopping looking for a label, are you guys ready for this? This is ridiculous. Our own manager at the time, the manager that you pay $700 American every month as a salary to look out for you because you don't know things, presents you with a record deal that then follows it up with, oh yeah, don't get a lawyer to look at this. I'm like, so yeah, that tells me to get my lawyer to look at this. And my lawyer looks at it and goes, this loosely says that the record label's going to own everything you guys do in music, which means, DJ, that they could ask for a cut of your Music Academy. How idiotic is that? That stupid people would sign it because they got all bells and whistles about it being a record label and here's your dream. Now we're talking about an entire industry that's predicated around that. And now switch perspective and look at Pentatonix. I bet you Pentatonix or PTX doesn't care about reaction videos and thinks it's an amazing thing for their fans to be doing. But their record label is like, that's potential ad revenue that we're not getting, so we're going to copyright block all of them under the name of Pentatonix, and probably has Pentatonix signed to an NDA, which stands for non-disclosure agreement, which means Pentatonix can't say anything about this, and all Pentatonix does is get the negative flack from some reactors that would be like, oh, you guys don't like me.
But yeah, Pentatonix, it's all Pentatonix's fault. Interesting thing, Home Free went independent 4 years ago. everything after that period, there's no blockers.
It's very interesting how that works, right? Like Brad Steele, I messaged
Yeah.
Brad Steele before we did the interview. I was like, I want to
Yeah.
surprise the Templars with it. And they were like, he was like, oh, this is a great idea. I'm like, yeah, dude. Hey, before I do this, is your video going to be safe for me to live react to? Because I did a Nightwish live reaction back in the day, and the whole channel got obliterated, and I couldn't log in for like a week. I'm sure it was only like a day, but like it felt like a week when you're building your channel.
Yeah.
It's so insane. Yeah, John, honestly, John, I didn't know you as well as John's talking in the chat. John, if I knew you as well back then as I know you now, I would have asked for help, John. It was an utter disgrace. Even during the pandemic when they couldn't do anything for us, I still had to pay them $700 a month for a year. And they didn't,
Oh,
there's nothing they could do for us ever once, John. It
Yeah.
was,
Mm.
it was utter, it like borderline almost broke up Without Mercy, and it made me severely bitter. But we're over it now, and yeah, go buy our album, guys. I'm pretty proud of it.
And as you described it, it sounds like what any good company would do to make profit.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing. Well, even like music lessons.
It's
Like-
got nothing to do with music. It's just profit, company,
Yeah.
profit, name, profit.
Yeah, there's
For
no,
me.
there's
Never
no,
mind you guys, profit for me.
yeah, there's no,
Yeah.
there's no such thing as developing an artist anymore. That does not
No.
exist.
No.
It's
Yeah, and DJ, when you were you tried to guess my response earlier,
yeah.
you got that completely
Hell
right.
yeah, your jaw dropped.
You literally got that completely right, DJ.
Lena, you and I
really
had the
did.
exact same reaction though,
Yeah.
but I have my camera off because I'm not doing so hot.
Yeah.
Aw.
And here I'm going, here it goes. This is probably what's going to happen. And sure enough, there it was.
Yeah, and that's there's hundreds of stories. There's like us in Canada, we use kilometers. Lena, I know you guys use miles, but like we've driven across the country to play a show. Okay, and in my line of work at the level Without Mercy's at, it is not uncommon 5 times out of 10 for the promoter to get in a taxi while you're playing and drive home with all your money. It's not
Jesus
uncommon.
Christ.
It's like
Really?
it's like when you're doing your business model
Oh,
about being a serious band,
wow.
you actually like rope that into your breakage category. The number of times I would text Janelle on the road like, "Oh, yeah, mark that down. It happened again." And this one happened again, and it happened over here. Even just the
Mystic.
ludicrously low amount of money they would pay a band. Like I don't think anybody really understands how low it is. Like Lena, what state are you in again? Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minnesota.
So
Yeah,
the capital city of Minnesota is Minneapolis.
St. Paul.
Damn, I was close. Okay, so St. Paul, Minnesota.
Well, that's why they're called the Twin Cities.
Oh, okay.
Is Minneapolis and St. Paul, but St. Paul is the capital.
Okay, so watch this. Imagine a town that is an hour away from St. Paul. Okay, just imagine one.
Okay,
And that's
all
the
right.
town you and your bandmates live in. And you guys go, okay, the 5 of us are going to jump in our van an hour away from St. Paul, and we're all going to drive to St. Paul and show up at this venue and perform for an hour. And the promoter's going to give us $50 to do that. And we're supposed to be grateful for that because the promoter tells us there's a dozen other bands that would have done it for free. That's what happened to live music, and we all believed that it was like Napster. It had nothing to do with Napster. What happened was shitty people believed that they could get more people into the bar to drink if they started putting live bands, and they would charge a cover and use the cover to pay the band. And then they realized that they didn't have to. They could keep the cover, and no one was really going to fight them on this. And then there just became way too many bands that would do it for free compared to bands that want to do it for a living. Like Without Mercy, when we got signed, said we will not play for less than $500. And out here, we got blacklisted from everywhere for being greedy. Like, by the time you pay gas and toll bridge bills and insurance on your van and then divide by 4, my band was getting $33 each to play for an hour.
Oh my goodness.
And we should
Wow.
be, we've been told by promoters that we should be grateful.
Oh, God.
It's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It's like those memes, because now guys like Brad Steele, their genre of music is starting to be affected the same way, right? And they're like, "What the hell?" And all of us heavy metal guys are like, "First time? Yeah." Oh man, it's insane. Roy, what's up, buddy? Roy sent me a video of him conducting his quartet, his like barbershop quartet. They're amazing.
Oh, so he did send it through.
He did send it. It's amazing.
Oh, nice. So you're going to do a reaction on it?
I am not. He has asked me not to.
Oh,
So, I
dude.
will not.
Come on, Neil.
I will not.
Neil, give the thumbs up.
I do want to continue this conversation, guys, but it is 9 minutes after 8, which means it's time for this week's surprise. So I'm going to cancel this Zoom call and start the surprise. I don't know how many weeks in a row I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try.
All right.
So let me
Okay.
I'm
Catch
gonna
you,
get
mate,
back
chat.
on. I'm gonna get back on YouTube.
do it up, guys. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Let's click this button. And now we're going to click this button. There's always so much. Yeah, this is the first time I think on this channel we've really talked in that much detail about how that kind of stuff works, guys. And it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. And it's genuinely crazy. It's yeah, it's pretty. Oh, what's this? Guillermo Fresno Wilfrini has subscribed. Well, thank you, my friend, for subscribing. Welcome to the Templar crew. I hope we get to meet in a live video one day, because that's the kind of world that we live in right now, where everything is going to be kind of that way. Okay, now while I'm setting this up here, because that's the kind of world that we live in right now, where everything is going to be kind of that way. Yeah. Okay, now while I'm setting this up here, because that's the kind of world that we live in right now, where let me just press my buttons.
Press your buttons, DJ.
Okay, let's do this. And good old Templars, always friends. I think you're
Am I askew?
yes, sir. There we go. And let's go like this. And let's go like this.
How's that?
I think that should be better. And setting all this. All right. So, Templar crew, as always, we like to kind of have some kind of a surprise for you. And, oh, there seems to be someone at my door. There seems to be someone at my door. Oh, yes, please don't be so impatient. Here I come. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my friend, Mr. Steve Brand, all the way from, well, he's like 40 minutes down the road, not even 20 maybe. But Steve is the man responsible for making all of my gear work, especially my guitars. This is Steve Brand, who they should be able to hear you now. Steve, how you doing?
Yep. Is this working? Is this thing on?
I think it is. The chat will let us know. And guys, I want you guys to meet Steve, because when I decided to become a guitarist, like actually go for it, Steve was like one of the first 3 people I met. And Steve has always had my back at 2:00 in the morning the night before tour, and I'm trying to wake him up because my guitar broke, and it's the only guitar I have. I'm like, Steve, for the love of God, man, help. And he's like, I got you. And Steve,
It's been more than once, too. Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of ridiculous. So, Steve, this is the Templars. They've gotten to know me, and I want to bring people on, especially guys like you that have known me since the beginning, and they might ask some live questions as we go.
Okay,
And-
I can see the screen, so
Perfect,
if
guys.
there's any questions, I can pick up on it. Yeah.
Guys, feel free to ask Steve any questions, and maybe Steve's got some funny story about meeting me back in the day. What do you think, bud?
Well, the first thing I've got to say is a little bit of a complaint, actually, DJ. You got me involved in this thing tonight, short notice. You promised me hair, makeup, a limo to sit outside my house to make it look like I was important. None of it has happened, and yet I'm still here.
I'm just
How-
in theme of the evening, man. It's I'm just lying to you like record labels, man. I'm just keeping the theme.
Well, I guess I feel kind of honored then.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Chris is whispering. Does Steve know
Oh,
that?
yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it probably is, Chris. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I've known DJ too long to fall for that kind of shenanigans, though.
This is true. This is true. Short notice is DJ's forte. 100%. 100%. That is my short notice.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, what are you doing in 3 minutes?
Yeah, yeah. It's 11 p.m. and I just want to know what you're up to. No ulterior motive whatsoever. What are you doing, Steve? Like right now.
Regretting reading this text. That's what I'm doing. Well, Steve, I want to know. Tell them the story about how we met. I'm curious because that's
gosh.
the biggest one.
Have these Templars ever seen that photograph?
They have not seen that photograph.
Well, then, okay, I'm just going to describe it to them then. So my very first encounter with DJ, I might have some of the details fuzzy, so you correct me if I get any of this wrong. But were you 17?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah, right on. And
I'm going to
He
look
does
for
not-
the photo, by the way. I think it's my Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for it.
he does not look the same now. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I get this call. He's a very, very disheartened 17-year-old who's got this wonderful shreddy electric guitar and a packet of strings, and he doesn't know how to put the two together. And everybody that he's talked to, because this guitar has a dreaded Floyd Rose on it, basically doesn't want to talk to him.
Yep.
And eventually he talked to one of the guys at Tom Lee Music in Abbotsford, who gave him my number, and I said, sure, bring it over. So the very first visual I have of DJ is he's standing at the door to my workshop. And like I say, he doesn't look the same as he does now. He had what kind of looked like a grown-out buzz cut, and it was very ginger back then.
Oh, I got you. I'm going to bring it on the screen. I totally have it.
Come on,
I
bring
totally
it up.
have
Bring
it.
it up.
Let me just save it to my desktop here. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have it.
I should point out to all the ladies in the audience that you are married.
Yeah, there it is, Hawaiian shirt and all. That's the guy that knocked on your door, man. Look at
There
that.
it is.
Look at that. Oh,
And
that handsome guy.
And he's standing in the doorway to my workshop, and he has this Dean ML in one hand and a pack of strings in the other and a very sad look on his face. And I saved the day, apparently.
Yeah, now that this story can't be undersold. What happened was I bought a Dimebag Darrell signature guitar from eBay. I actually went and applied for a credit card just to buy the thing on eBay, and it delivered to my house, and it didn't work. Like the strings were dead. They just were not ringing, and I'd never encountered this. I was scared out of my mind, so I went to the music store I'd always gone to, and they were just giving me the third degree, telling me, it's 2 weeks before Christmas. This is going to be like a 3-month job or something. And I was like, what? And they're it's going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which was a lot of money to a 17-year-old. And I went to Tom Lee and I saw Derek, and Derek was like, "No, this is a pretty easy fix, man. We just got to get a pro involved. We'll call Steve." And it was you, and like, and I was so upset. I had bought this guitar that I wanted so bad, and they were telling me I wouldn't be able to play it for like 3 weeks or 6 weeks. And you were like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty easy fix, man. Just come pick it up at my house. It'll be done tomorrow." And that was it. I went to you for everything at that point.
Yeah.
It was John, you're right. Yes, that innocent-looking puppy was super into Pantera and wouldn't shut up to Steve about how great Pantera was all the time.
Still hasn't.
Yes, still don't. No. Pantera's dope as hell. Dimebag's the shit, man. I don't care. Haters gonna hate. Don't care. But yeah, that's how we met, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
That is super crazy.
And I have to say, bro moment here. It's been a pleasure to watch you evolve.
Aw.
Both as a haircut and as a guitar player. You know,
mostly the haircut.
Yeah, true. But I'm nowhere near as frightened anymore. Well, not by the haircut.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
The jokes are a bit much.
Yeah.
Jokes. Well, likewise, Steve. It's been crazy, man. It's well, I turned 39 in January, so we've known each other that long, buddy.
Yeah, it's been probably 22 years.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
James is asking 2 questions. I know he asked one. He wants to hear some embarrassing stories of me, but he also wants to hear about your favorite guitar brand. And I want to preface this by saying, I hope you'll say the stuff about the UK that I think you're going to say. But I had been working with you for like a year or 2 before I ever found this out about you, which is cool because it's a testament to your humility. You weren't leading with it ever. But what was your gig in the UK again, just so everybody knows?
Well, other than obviously touring and playing and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I did a brief stint with Ibanez UK in the mid-90s. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, guys. He was like the dude with Ibanez in the UK. Like, damn. So is Ibanez your favorite guitar brand?
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, there's an orange one hiding behind me right there. Carotene orange for the Ibanez nerds. I actually got it right. My finger's actually pointing at it. Look at that.
Well, you have more experience pointing with those fingers, Steve.
Thank you. Yeah. I like it when talents don't go unrecognized.
Oh, man. And DJ, like the rest of us, misses fewer meals? I don't understand that. Is that a fat joke?
Yeah. I think we both like mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's fair. One time I was doing an interview and I put on my header, it says DJ Temple thinks mayonnaise is spicy. And,
what's in this?
Yeah.
Tomato?
Oh, this is pretty hot. We used to tease Judah all the time. We'd be like, "My name's Judah."
But I also want to know if James was making a joke about my last name.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca, I'm fine. We're talking with my friend Steve, who is my, I guess I could say you're my luthier, really, at this point.
Yeah, tech, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, basically anything goes wrong with my guitars, I text Steve. Help.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with them, just sometimes they need some love.
That's fair. And honestly, it's your wheelhouse, man. Janelle builds all our IKEA furniture here at home, too. I don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You're like Alan Key? Who's he?
So John made a joke about Evertune bridges. Now I have a story about Evertune bridges. When Jackson picked me up, they endorsed me, and I was insanely grateful. I think outside of my band, you were the first and only call I made, Steve. I was like, dude, they just picked me up, man. And you were jacked, which was crazy because like you kind of watched me go from this, like you said, 17-year-old kid with outside with like a pre-opened thing of strings going, it didn't work, help me. I'm touring and stuff, and it's opened the Music Academy. Now we're here on YouTube chatting. It's been crazy.
Well, I'd like to say just it's been really interesting to watch every step of your development, both as like an entrepreneur, but also as a musician with the guys you've collaborated with. And studied with and all that sort of stuff, and seeing your music grow, it's been really cool. And it also affects what I do for you in terms of looking after your guitars, because as your playing changes and develops, your techniques change, your demands on the instruments change, your tuning changes. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these things are kind of all symbiotically wrapped together. It's really fun.
Yeah, and if anybody doesn't know, one of the crazy things that Steve taught me was that the angles that your strings, the distance they are from the fretboard, you can have them at different heights or different spacings or intonation differences. And Steve is always on point with that. He's like, no, dude, you like this. And he there's a DJ way apparently. And that's really cool, man. That was super neat.
That's why I have a spreadsheet and I keep notes.
Yeah,
because this brain doesn't work as well as the rectangular one in the other room.
That's fair. But Evertune bridges, I picked up a Jackson that had an Evertune bridge on it because I knew both of us had never really messed with one.
I've installed several, dude. Come on.
Well, at this point, yeah, but back then, we're talking like a year ago. But I called you up and I'm like, dude, this is coming with an Evertune. I don't know what's up. And you're like, well, it was this weird thing because we do a lot of business together, and the business stuff is very business. Yep. But that was one of the few times I cognitively remember it was both of us were like kids at Christmas. Like, what guitar did you get? They let you have anything. Which one did you choose? Ooh, that's a cool one. You'll have to bring it over. And then
what color is it?
Yeah. Every time I go to your house, I have to set aside an extra hour because we're just going to noodle and toy with stuff and nerd out and talk and oh, this is kind of cool. And what are you doing with this? Oh, that's neat. And it was super cool. But that one had an Evertune on it, John, was my long-winded way of saying.
Was there a question about Evertunes, or were you...
John just kept making jokes about Evertunes, but he is asking a question now. He says, explain why my different tuning changes with experience.
Okay, so not so much with experience. Perhaps I was a little off to use that word. In the way that DJs play, anybody's playing develops over time, they will demand different things out of their instruments. So from that point of view, pretty much everybody starts learning to play in E standard, as it were, A440, whatever you want to call it. But, a lot of people do not play in standard tuning once they've been playing for a certain amount of time, because it's either demanded by the musical genre or it's to suit their voice or whatever it is. So there's lots of different reasons why somebody's, sort of setup, and particularly the tuning within their setup, would change over time. Hope that helps.
Yeah, so I guess basically what you're saying is, as whatever I was trying to do on the instrument, that could negate certain tensions I'm playing with, or I could just demand.
Well, and just think about going from 6-string to 7-string.
Yeah.
And then now you're starting. You've done 7-strings for many years now, but now because of your teaching, requirements and that sort of thing, you're getting back into 6-string a bit more in terms of that aspect of your playing. So they have to be set up differently from your 7-strings. Plus, also a lot of your teaching guitars are in standard tuning, whereas most of your personal guitars are a semi-tone down.
Gotcha. That's a good point. And experimenting with tunings has been a thing for me. I remember when I first met you, it was it's all about drop C, man. Drop C is so heavy. And it's as you develop as a player, you quickly realize that the tuning has nothing to do with the heaviness.
No.
It's absolutely insane. A lot of questions coming in, so let's just fire. I know Lena's asked.
My favorite music genre. I've seen that crop up. Yeah. Hi, Lena. Wow. My tastes are pretty broad. I grew up, I'm old enough to have grown up through original punk rock. Let's put it that way. So that was my first love, and I still love it to this day. Late 70s, UK punk, love it. But I then did a quantum leap from that to Frank Zappa and Todd Rundgren and stuff like that. So I've got weird stuff. It's a much shorter list of what I don't like. Which is hokey country and opera. There you go. Everything else is good.
Churn wants to know, at what point in changing your tuning do you need a new setup?
depends on the guitar. Us techs use ridiculous terms like this guitar has a really lively neck on it, and what we mean by that is that the wood reacts to changes in tension very easily. So you may have a guitar that changing from standard E tuning to E flat wouldn't change the setup whatsoever, but you might have a seemingly identical guitar, made from the same woods and everything. That as soon as you change a semitone, you've got to readjust the truss rod. You've maybe got to reset up the bridge saddles and intonation and that sort of thing. So it varies. I have guitars in my collection which you put them side by side and it's all the same woods in the same order, but one will behave very differently from the other depending on humidity or temperature or whatever.
I found that when I played Schecters for a long time,
Yeah.
And I found that I bought a couple of Schecters off of Jeff, and they played better than any Schecters I had ever found on my own.
Right.
It was insane. And as far as I know, Schecter didn't have a US. They were all South Korean.
Yep.
And I was just blown away by that. I'm playing one at his house, going what the hell did you do to this? And he's like, nothing. Just play it out of the box. I'm like, but mine, Steve's had mine half a dozen times. It still plays like shit. But that was just absolutely nuts to me.
Well, I had a Blade endorsement 2007, 2008, and they literally let me just open up every box that they had in the warehouse and try these things out. And again, there was maybe 40 guitars that on paper were all identical, but there was one, as soon as I just strummed an open G chord on it, was like, oh, this one's got some mojo. Yeah. And the warehouse manager was like, you're going to take that one, aren't you? I went, yeah. He goes, but I wanted that one. I said, yeah, it's the good one. I'm having it. Because I can be selfish too, DJ.
Well, I learned from you, bud. So we're good. We're good. Misty says, have either of you ever played a guitar with more than 6 strings, and did you find it harder or easier to play? This is going to be a cute question for you, Mr. I know what you're going to say.
What?
Certain yellow guitar with a photo of me.
Oh, yeah. I can't call that up. I don't know where the hell that is. I used to have a guitar that would definitely make a very safe bet on the bet you can't play this category. Because it had 36 frets and 7 strings. So if I just played the low B at the 36th fret, unless you had the same guitar, you couldn't copy it. Yeah. That's all I had to play. You can't play this.
For anyone that doesn't know, most guitars have 22 frets, some have 24. The fact that Steve had 37, you said?
36.
36 is just asinine.
It's 3 octaves per string, DJ. It's totally cool. It's okay.
What about finding a standard 7 or 6?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the thing with 7 strings, in the way that most people use them, is that it's actually very easy to adapt to, because basically you're adding a low B string to the other 6. So that means that you have a high E and a B and a low E and a B on the guitar. So anything that you can play on those treble E and B strings, you can now translate over to the low E and B and extend chord voicings and scale patterns and that sort of thing. So it's not that hard to get into. It's one of those things often people just look at it and go, oh, it's scary, and then walk away, but it isn't.
Sharon's coming in with what the hell strings do you use for 36 frets?
Oh, the 36 frets doesn't make any difference because it's just getting closer to the bridge. It had literally enough room for one humbucking pickup, and that was it. Everything else was taken up with frets. But the distance between the bridge and the nut was still the same, if that makes sense. There's just a lot more frets up high.
What was the scale on that thing?
25.5, just like a Strat or whatever. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's why those frets got real tiny up high. I mean, I could play about the 29th. 29th was feasible. After that, it was kind of like, poking it with your fingernail or side of a pick or something,
Just get a toothpick out.
Yeah, totally.
Michelle's asking if price is a reliable indicator of quality.
That's a good question.
It's a great question.
You know what? To a certain extent, yes. But once you get to know more, there are certain areas where it's a distinct no. From the point of view that it's very easy to get sucked into. Is this kid friendly or what?
Yeah, I mean, do your thing, man.
All right. It's very easy to fall into the trap of being a label bitch in this industry. So whenever I'm talking to people who are looking at getting a different guitar, you know, like maybe they've got a Squire Strat or an Epiphone Les Paul or something, they're just like, I want to get something different. And of course, one of the things, you know, that we all aspire to is to have cool gear. And we usually assume that that cool gear is going to come with a certain price tag. What I often say to people is like, don't shop with your eyes, shop with your fingers and your ears, because there are some very, very cool guitars in the sort of mid-price brackets kind of thing. So yes, I have some very, you know, sort of high-end American, Japanese, that kind of stuff in my guitar stable. But equally, I have some Korean and Chinese guitars, which are just fabulous. They're just hilarious, and I love playing them. And maybe you want to tweak the electronics, you know, put some different pickups in or something like that. But the actual guitar itself, it's there. You know, it's a great foundation for hot rodding and personalizing. So, yeah, I've got guitars that I absolutely love that were $300 out the door. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's important, and guys, with interchangeable electronics like the pickups, which are like this part,
often thought of as the microphone of the guitar.
Yeah, like as you develop a playing style or things that you're into, you can interchange those. Like I personally found those Jupiters and just blew my mind. So I just knew, cool, I'll buy a set of Jupiters, give Steve a call, and it doesn't matter what guitar I buy, they're still going to sound like dope as hell. And I bought that other Jackson recently, which is not, it's like $600 guitar. What it's not super, but you put those Jupiters in, and then you set it up.
Seymour Duncans. Yeah.
Yeah. You set it up with the DJ specs, as you said, from your spreadsheet, and and the thing plays like a freaking $2,000 guitar. I was blown away by that. I'm like, but also not really, because like the combination of the pickups I know that I love, which. Guys, I've known Steve for 20 years. We're talking about that right now, like plus. And I have been looking for a brand of pickups that I fell in love with 100% for a long time. And I think we both settled on the Jupiters are unreal.
Yeah.
And you were just happy I got out of active pickups.
There was that. Yeah, absolutely. They're just not my bag. But I mean, obviously some people love them to bits. But yeah, it's kind of fun. For it's like I say, the relationship for me is the tech, the luthier with the client. It's very interesting to, you know, share those moments where somebody finds a piece of gear or an accessory or whatever that they truly connect with. They go, oh yeah, this is it. This is the thing that fills that hole, kind of thing. It's great. So yes, it's been an interesting journey for you to find the pickups that actually do what you want them to do.
That and the day I bought the Kemper, we were both pretty jacked on the Kemper.
Yep, for sure.
It's even down to the guitar picks.
So Misty Rose is asking a question, I think. There's no question mark, but I think it's a question.
Go for it. Oh, so none of you have ever played a double guitar or whatever they're called?
So I'm guessing... Is Misty referring to double neck guitars? Is
Yes.
that what she's talking about?
That's what I would assume for sure.
Yeah. So what's the answer, DJ?
I have noodled on one. Yes.
Yes. Who owned it?
This guy I know.
Yeah?
He's got a bit of an accent.
Oh.
Was
yeah,
that...
no, double neck guitars are great. They're fun. I've had many of them over the years, 6 and 12s, that sort of thing. And I have one custom gem that I put together, which is it's a double 6-string, One neck has a Floyd, one neck is hardtail, so one could go wee 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 all the way home, and the other one can do different tunings, and it's a lot of fun. But I also made, I think I showed you the pictures. I made a heart-shaped left and right double neck.
Yes, you did.
You know, in honor of Mr. Vi. So
good old Steve Vai.
Yeah, it's fun.
John Morgan asking if there's any real difference between new and antique instruments.
Yes. It's the simple answer to that. The reason for that is two things. And it applies to electric instruments in the same way as it applies to acoustic instruments. The materials age. So just as with an acoustic guitar, the more it's played, the more the woods that are in it develop, more resonance to them as the vibration, changes the cell structure and that sort of thing. So in the way that, good acoustic guitars, violins, that sort of thing, get better with time, it's actually the same with electric guitars. Certain amount of it is the wood resonance, but the other thing that changes, like the reason why, an ancient 50, 60-year-old Strat sounds different to one that you might pull off the wall, is that the magnets age and that sort of thing. So you can think of it like magnets have a half-life, just like a radioactive substance. So over time, their magnetic strength diminishes very slightly, and that way it changes the voicing of the pickup very subtly. And so, a lot of the, like the relic guitars and everything that are done now, they're painstakingly trying to mimic that aging process, not just in the visuals, but also in the actual sound qualities of the guitar as well.
That's an amazing answer.
Okay.
That was damn. James wants to know what determines 6, 7, or 12 string for players. Is it the sound or more capabilities?
Oh, wow. 12 strings are lovely because you can play 3 chords and sound amazing. So, from that point of view, they just have this ridiculously huge, lush tone. So the 12 string is like the ultimate campfire guitar. From that point of view, it can make the simplest song sound huge, and it makes one guitar sound huge in that sense. For a beginner, really, it's I would probably start with a 6 string. Whether you start with acoustic or electric, that's kind of down to your preference. I've always described the electric acoustic thing as being it's like flip side of the same coin. With an acoustic, you have to put effort into sounding the notes you want. Whereas an electric, you often have to put effort into only sounding the notes you want. Because particularly if you're playing through a loud amp or whatever, just everything wants to join in. So it's a control issue. So they both have their disciplines, and it's just whatever works for you. And most people end up having both acoustic and electric instruments in their collection, kind of thing. Do you want to go into extended range guitars right from the get-go? Maybe not, but it's up to you. There's no law.
Yeah, when did I switch to extended range?
When did you go? The Ibanez RG was the first one, wasn't it? The RG.
Oh, that one was hell, dude. Do you remember that?
The 1527 or whatever it was?
Yeah, and it had like the spider fracture in the back, and they sold it to me, bro. I was pissed. But I remember I grabbed that Japanese Prestige, right?
Yep.
I got that one. It's so crazy to me because, like...
It's got to be at least 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's so crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know for sure. I'd have to consult my spreadsheet. And I'm in the wrong room. So there.
John Morgan coming in with if you're buying an acoustic for a 16-year-old boy, is it better to have a composite face or should you get wood? Don't ask.
Okay. I see what he did there. Composite in terms of laminate, so still wood, but basically plywood, or a solid top. Is that the difference you're getting at, John? With the plywood guitars, they don't get better with age. They're what you see is what you get. So you pull it off the peg and strum it in the store, it's basically always going to sound like that. If it's if it's a solid top guitar, so in other words, the top is one single layer of wood, they're slightly more fragile, perhaps a little more susceptible to environmental issues and that sort of thing. So really, it's like, is the 16-year-old a klutz or not? Because if he's a klutz, get him a plywood guitar because it'll suffer better. But sound-wise, like if you want it to be a long-term thing that you hope would be a lifetime guitar for somebody, get them a solid top.
Yeah, you can see. Can you see his comment there about the theory they're not going to take care of it very well? We got the Ibanez
Right.
with a composite base.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I have guitars for that exact purpose. The ones that bounce.
You have You have guitars for John Morgan's kid not going to treat it very good.
I have guitars for me not treating it very good. Although I do know a guy who can fix it. Anyway, where else? I saw another question here. Have you ever played a fiddle? Found it anywhere near? Okay, so I have to admit, if it's got strings on it, I can probably get a tune out of it. But whether anybody would want to listen to that tune is another question.
That's the whole story of my career, bro.
Yeah, I know. You just keep doing it until you find the people that go, "Oh, I like that," and then you go, "Yeah, you're awesome." So, yeah, playing a fiddle is completely different scale lengths, so the spacing of your fingers is very different, and obviously the fact that they are not fretted, it is all down to muscle memory. It's a very different discipline than playing guitar. Although saying that, I do dabble with fretless guitar, which obviously kind of has the same idea, but it is at least still the same physical size, the same spacing as the regular fretted guitar. So it's fun.
Yeah, that's. Have you ever worked on Rye Guy's bass? He's got that fretless Ibanez 5-string now.
No, I haven't worked on that yet. No.
Oh, we're gonna have to smack him.
Well, sure. Slap him about.
Michelle asking the inevitable question: how many guitars do you have, Steve?
I'm gonna just say I have some guitars.
What's that old saying? I think you're the one that told me this. My fear is that when I die, my wife will sell my guitars for what I told her I paid for them.
Actually, you know what? I have to say I don't have to worry about that. She worries about the fact that it's like she doesn't know what any of them are.
Fair.
From the point of view that, if I did suddenly shuffle off this mortal coil, that she would not know what to ask for them. So I've started actually like writing little notes and putting them in the cases.
That's fair. That's fair. Janelle, I asked the question about extended range because Janelle, who's quite popular on this channel, arguably more popular than I am,
It's understandable.
There was a time when I was saying to Janelle, hey, I think I'm going to go 7-string guitars or whatever. And she's like, well, don't do it anytime soon. We're broke as hell. Like, we're so broke right now. I'm like, yeah, it's all good. And then she came home from work one day, and my friend Darnell was over, and I was playing a guitar, and she went like this, like started counting the tuners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You motherfucker. It was pretty sketch, dude. It was pretty sketch. I almost slept at your house that night.
Well, you know what? I had a similar thing. I had the dubious reputation back in England. I bought the first 2 Ibanez Universes that were available in the UK in 1991, and so I had the nice reputation of being the first person to own a Universe in the UK. I very quickly also became the first person to break a Universe in the UK. So yeah, that was the thing. But they were worth every penny. I did a gig at a little country pub in England, and it was small building. So the way we set things up, I had a couple of 412s, one either side of the stage, and on top of the 412 on my side was the power amp rack, then the effects and preamp rack, and then on top of that was the guitar stand. So I had like 3 guitars, in a little boat on top of that. So it was like the headstocks were almost touching this high ceiling kind of thing. And before we went on for the first set, bunch of guys sat down at a table right in front of the stage. You could tell they were musicians, or at least very interested in music. And after they'd been sitting there for about 5 minutes, one guy was just looking around, looking at all the stuff. And I watched his head do this. And then he elbowed his buddy. That's got 7 strings. So just for that moment, how many of £1,000 it was I paid for that thing was worth it.
Were the universes with the weird diamond plate kind of looking thing?
The very first one that I got was the black with the green pickups, green dots.
Oh.
And then the second one that I got was the very first multicolor in the UK, the Swirl. And I stupidly sold them. But anyway.
Yeah, I feel
I know where the black one is. It popped up on a RG Gem Universe group on Facebook. It's like, hey, that's my old guitar.
John Morgan's asking a question that I will admit I don't even understand what the question is, and it's probably going to out me as not knowing something important. But
okay, body size is what he's asking about for acoustic guitars. So obviously, yeah, body size affects the voicing of the guitar. Basically, the bigger the body it is, the more low frequencies it's able to generate. But equally, it's a complicated recipe because it's not just the size; it's also what wood is it made of. So, if you get a jumbo that's made of koa or maple, it's actually quite even in its EQ. Like it's a fairly balanced bass, middle, treble. Whereas if you had a rosewood jumbo, it would have a lot of bottom end. And then, you then add into the mix, like if we're just talking solid tops, if it's a solid spruce or a solid cedar top, again, that contributes to what frequency voicing it has. So it's not just the size, but just generally speaking, big body can produce low frequencies, just like a big speaker can produce low frequencies. Whereas the smaller bodies, like parlors and that sort of thing, have a tighter, smaller sound. Simple as that. There we go.
This is I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning. This is great. This is selfishly, it's all about me, everyone. So no.
There we go.
Great. All right, Steve. Well, I don't want to keep you, my friend. That's about where we'll probably call it, if that's cool with you.
Cool. Right on.
And thank you so much for being on with us. That was a lot of fun, dude.
It was, and the stress of the short notice, I think I handled it brilliantly.
We got to keep with the theme. Got to keep with the theme. Thank you so much, again. Steve. We'll talk soon, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you want to do it again, let people know, and they can cook up a whole host of questions.
It's gonna be. I think that's exactly what's going on right now. So.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
See
you, DJ. All right. Bye-bye.
Well, you guys have now met Steve, the guy responsible for fixing all of my stuff. He's an asset and like 700, so an asset plus whatever 700 is. Yeah. It's one thing, like when you're starting out as a guitar player, it's unbelievably great to have a go-to guy whose entire life and work is specializing in repairing guitars and maintaining guitars and stringed instruments in general. It's been pretty wicked. Well, guys, that's what it's like. I'm going to continue to try and do this where I bring on somebody. Next week is the Mr. Ward interview, so please do not miss out on your chance to ask Mr. Ward a question. Email that in there. Just email it in there. I'm going to say it again. Email it in there. Put it in the subject, Mr. Ward question, so I know what's going on. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. He is an all-around pretty great guy. He's been in my corner a long time, which is so true. Yeah, tech guys are awesome, eh, Joe? Tech guys are just super rad. Yeah, he does have a serious amount of knowledge, John. It's pretty great. pretty great as well. Man, I am pretty stoked. Pretty stoked indeed. Join the Discord if you haven't already. 100%. 100%. Chris coming in with the super chat again. Chris, man. Thank you so much, Chris. That's amazing, buddy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Guys, this is what Monday Night Lives are going to be. And next week is Mr. Ward. Next week is the Mr. Ward live stream. Do not forget to send your questions in early and make sure you guys are here. I would love if we could make the Mr. Ward live stream next week the biggest live stream we've done yet. I would love it. Absolutely love it. I'm nervous. I haven't spoken to Mr. Ward in that kind of detail in a long time. So it's gonna be something. So please be a part of that, guys. Share this moment with me. It's gonna be absolutely unreal to get on camera with Mr. Ward and hear all of his questions and tell all his stories and get you guys to ask him the stuff and hear his answer. It's gonna be, guys, this is a profoundly amazing opportunity. One I hope you'll agree with me is an original one. That's the thing. I hope this is truly absolutely original. So that should be neat. Week 54 with Mr. Ward. Yes. I am going to still try and work on something with Andrew Kingsley. I don't think playing together is a thing that can happen yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to see. But I'm definitely going to try and get Andrew on here for sure. Maybe I'll just message him right now. I think we're still friends. I don't know. Misty, Mr. Ward is my first music teacher ever. You can call him my high school teacher. You wouldn't be wrong, but I did meet him in grade 7 was when I started playing. And yeah, he's been a pinnacle for me. Absolute pinnacle. And the guy that like made me a musician. Let's be real. It's going to be so great. Make sure you guys prep your questions. Please prep your questions. Please prep your questions. I'm pretty sure UTA is still on tour. Yeah, pretty sure. So yeah, I wish we had the technology, because what would be super wicked is if we could get you guys to send in video questions. I suppose you could actually email them in. We could try and make that work. It could be. Yeah, we could try that. First question, how did you recover after finding out DJ's love for Pantera? Yeah. Poor bastard. In fairness, he pointed you in the direction. You made you a musician. I appreciate that, John. I appreciate that. Mr. Ward's responsible for a lot of stuff. John, I really hope you make that live stream as well, my friend, because Mr. Ward's been a huge factor in my life. So that will be something. That will be something. Well, these live streams, I must say, I feel like these live streams are getting even more fun every week. Every week, getting more and more fun. It's becoming a blast, everyone. I don't know why and how, but they are. And it's pretty dope. Pretty dope indeed. Well, this is the obligatory time I tell you guys to join the Discord. I've been appearing a lot more often in the Discord, so make sure you guys jump in there. I don't have a link handy because I can't even respond to the chat the way I've got this set up here. I should probably get the setup fixed so that we could do that. My first question is, what were you think Mr. Ward could teach for such awesomeness? I hope so, Lena. I hope I get the privilege of being big enough to do meet and greets. I hope so. I hope so. James, if you're handy, could you send a link in the chat here to the Discord? Is that possible? Help Daryl out there. He'll grab it. I'm pretty sure it's just Temple Music Academy, Daryl, but I could be wrong. I had Arca and Shadow Mage help me set it up. Oh, thank you, James. Amazing times. Well, we started off bumpy, but this got good pretty quick. This got good pretty damn quick. I wonder. Yeah, Chris, it's in the YouTube description for other videos that I upload, but for some reason the lives don't get the what do you call it? The auto upload things. It's very weird. 1 second, guys. I'll send you a link here. It should be this. See you, Celeste. Yeah, we should. You know, if that's ever a thing that can happen, that would be crazy. Just do like a Templar reunion or something. Or not a yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how we would do it. I don't even begin to understand the logistics of something like that. Especially now with all the protocols and the... Oh, sweet, Daryl. Welcome to the Discord, homie. Welcome. Yeah, the cruise would be insane. Why don't we all just go stay at John Morgan's house? Let's just all go do that. Be pretty crazy. Let's all meet in Hawaii? Whoa. Misty has a story for us. Let's hear it. Chris, we should just go to New Zealand, guys. Topeka's Kansas, right? You know what? I say when we hit 100,000, we do it. I say we do it. Straight up. Let's do it. If we hit 100,000 subs. We should do it. Hey, Melina, welcome to Discord. That's amazing, minus the part of cutting your finger, Misty. Best part. I think you are allowed in Canada, Churn, but we're not allowed to go down to America yet, I think. Could be. Aiden is practicing. Can we meet now? Ouch, John. Ouch. That boy we never set nothing up, though. I'm heartbroken. I thought we were going to hang. He had all these goals of songwriting. I was like, yeah, I got you. And then nothing. It's cool, Lena. I say we do it at 100,000. I ain't going to be hitting 100,000 anytime soon. So we're good. Turns out I'm wrong and I get it by Friday. That'd be insane. That'd be insane. That is the sound of people joining Discord, yes. That's fair, John. I've been there. Well, friends, it is time to wrap it down. Another Monday live stream with a special surprise guest. I think it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, gang, wherever you are, whatever you do in Kick-Ass Take Names, I got some videos I got to film with my fancy new camera and lighting setup. So I'm going to get on that, and I will see all of you guys in the next live stream or next surprise or next reaction video. Come say hey. Watch it go, guys.